So I've officially hit guru mastery, as you can tell by me wearing my sunglasses in all of my future videos. I hosted my first event, so I think, well, I know that officially anoints me as a guru. I got a little bit of jewelry on. I've got my nice sunglasses on. I've got my AirPods in. It's official. I am officially your guru's guru. No doubt in my mind that I am the real guru. But to bring it back, man, I just got back from the DM Family Mastermind and my own personal mastermind over the weekend, and it was amazing, dude. For those of you who don't know, I've been trying to get into the DM family for like 2 years, and well, a year and a half. Last year, I gave Mark a call and was like, "Bro, I'm ready for it, blah blah blah. I want to do this," and then he pretty much was like, "Hey, yeah, bro, you ain't there yet, man. Like, you just flat out, you ain't there yet," which was very, very humbling, and again, like another failure that I faced at that point in time because I was like, "Bro, I want it. I want to go in. I'm ready to go." And then he like word for word was like, "Bro, you're not there yet. Like, you are not there money wise, you're not there business wise. Like, nothing you're doing qualifies you. Just because you made a couple bucks doesn't mean like you're worthy," which was, I mean, it's fascinating, right? He does a really, really good job of curating the room and making sure that the right people are in the room. But me joining the DM family was like one of my very, very big goals, um, for a couple of years, and I finally did it. So I'm proud of that. That is one thing I like to reflect on. Like, oh hell yeah, I did it. I made it into that one. But being in that room was super humbling, man. I was in a room where majority of people talk about hundreds of thousands the way I talk about thousands. I know I got a couple thousand in there, like whatever. We did this, we did that, and then the way they talk about hundreds of thousands, I was like, oh man, I got to start making a lot more money if I even want to stay in the room, right? If I want to stay in the room, grow into the room, and bring value, because right when you're in a room like that, the biggest thing for me is like, how can I bring value to them, right? How can I bring value to them, and then how can we all work together and make more money together? So it was really humbling to be around all those awesome, amazing business owners who are all killing it. And I'm going to go over some really most of the topics that, like, I had pages of notes of whatever we went through. And so I'm going to go over that. Like, okay, we went over this, went over that, we went over that. But you guys won't believe what my number one takeaway was, and like what we talked about for a couple hours on the first day. Build your brand, which is fucking crazy. One thing that I wish I would have taken a lot more serious, like 2 years ago, I went to Steve Trang's like Disruptors Mastermind with like all of the big gurus at the time, right? And now I'm the guru's guru, right? With the guru's guru. But at that point in time, not I don't really think anybody talked about business all that much. Everybody talked about social media. It was fascinating. And I was like, bro, what? Like, I'm trying to wholesale. Like, what the fuck you guys talking about social media for? I'm not here for that shit. I'm trying to wholesale. And now looking back at it, majority of them really, I mean, all of them significantly leaned into what they were doing as far as brand goes, and it shows, and like they're making a lot of money off of it. So if you are listening to me, social media is not like something to show off of. At this point in time, there's been no better time to join the creator economy and control everything that you want to do as far as businesses, anything that's associated with you. We do have a lot of affiliates in our companies, but I mean, if you can be your own affiliate and just take an equity split in the company, that's the way to go. And I'll start off by talking about, I was just listening to My First Million today. It's a podcast. It's an amazing podcast. And they were talking about how now the majority of people, all they do is start to just build whatever they want that is coming to them as a sponsorship. So if all these sponsorships are coming to them, like let's say Coors keeps coming to them, then they're like, you know what? Fuck that. I'll start my own beer company. I'll start my own tequila company. Kylie Jenner started her own makeup company, right? Whatever it is. And then they lean into that, which is essentially what all of the influencers in the real estate space do. Like, oh, well, call center, lead generation, skip tracing, whatever you name it. They just like, oh no, like, why would I take an affiliate? I'll take an equity split of a company that I create on my own, and I can scale that up and eventually sell it or do whatever I want to do. And so everybody's going to take an equity split of whatever they lean into whatever their sponsors are coming to, and then that way, and so like, because I don't want to, don't get it misconstrued when I talk about I want to build my brand of like, oh, I just want to be really famous. I don't want to just be really famous. I want to be able to monetize everything that I'm doing in business, right? And that way I could, like, so let's say if I wanted to Michael Hyatt was someone who they're talking about, like he had his own personal business and he's like, well, we can only monetize me and my brand so much. What can I do now that is going to monetize every aspect of what I'm doing? So planners, like whatever it is. And then he took it from there. And then you can use other different people who don't want to, let's say, take out and build a company and just give them affiliates to talk about it, come up with some type of brand deal and scale it more and borrow from their notoriety, which is very, very brilliant. That's what a lot of other people have done as far as influencer marketing. But I want to be able to push my own influence. And now, bro, I mean, like a lot of TikTok stars are bigger than movie stars, which is pretty crazy. So that's why I'm so big into it. And the number one way I can do it is by doing what I'm doing. Like I have an appointment to write a book with a guy next week, and becoming a better business owner. Because another thing that really builds your brand, right, is if the world knows you're legit and the world knows about your companies that are killing it.